In this video, we're going to go over two extra examples of problems where we want to solve for a missing side. After this, we're going to do a problem which is a little bit different, but these two are going to be the same style as what we saw in the previous video. So make sure you're following the same steps that you followed for the first problem. This time, put it in sections 2 and 3 in your worksheet of where to put in the sample problem so that you're going to be able to look back on these and remember the steps you went through as you solved them. All right, so there are the steps we're looking at, and this is the triangle I want you to apply to this problem. So pause the video, go through as many of the steps as you can think of, and then as you see me doing the problem, pause it after every step and see if you can go on and do the next step yourself. All right, so once again, I'm going to take my sheet of paper and I'm going to write my magic trig word. Step 2 is I'm going to copy this diagram down. And I'm going to mark that this angle is 44 degrees. This side is 10, and they want me to find side SU, which is this side right there. All right. So now step 4 says that I want to label these two sides. Are they the adjacent, opposite side, or the hypotenuse? Well, this X side is on the opposite side of the 44-degree angle, so that's my opposite. The 10 is opposite the right angle, so this is the hypotenuse. Step 5 says which one of these three trig functions relates these two sides of the equation? O and H go along with sine. So that's going to be the trig function that I set up. The trig function that I want is that the sine of 44 degrees is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And then to solve this equation for x, I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 10. And so that gives me that x is equal to 10 times the sine of 44 degrees. If I put that into my calculator, the sine of 44 degrees times 10, and that, rounded to the nearest tenth, is 6.9 for my final answer. Okay? So once again, in part 3 of the paper, I want you to do the same thing. Again, pause the video, go through this as far as you can, and then step by step, I want you to see what I did and either check your work or go, oh, okay, and then try and do the next step yourself. So this time, this is the triangle you're working for. Once again, I'm going through this step by step. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. XY is this side right here. Step 4. This is the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse. Did I say step 5 before? It's step 5 now. Opposite and hypotenuse, once again, go along with sine. Step 6 is that the sine of 49 degrees is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And then step 7, we're going to solve for this. So x is equal to 8 times sine of 49 degrees. Grab my scientific calculator. The sine of 49 degrees times 8, rounding that to the nearest tenth, that's equal to 6.0. All right, so that gives you an easy kind of flow of how to go through step by step and solve these problems. It's just the steps that we were going through in last week's modules, except now we're chaining them together to solve a more complex problem. In the next video, we're going to look at a slightly different problem. It's the same type. We're going to go through the same steps, but you're going to see it's got a little bit of a twist to it.